listening to Sri Stavavali, Sri Radhika Aṣṭottara-Śata-Nāma-Stotraṁ, verse number 3.
Gāndharvikā goṣṭha-yuva-rājaika-kāmitā Gāndharvā-rādhikā candra-kāntir mādhava-saṅginī. परम पूज्यपाद ग्रंथकार चरण श्रीमती रघुनाथ गोस्वामी जी महाराज राधिका अष्टोत्तर-Śata-Nāma स्तोत्र के इस श्लोक में
in this verse of his Stotraṁ, Ragunatha Dasa Goswami is mentioning 6 names of Srimati Radhika. Radha is the first name, Gāndharvikā the second, goṣṭha-yuva-rājaika-kāmitā, Gāndharvā-Radhikā is the fourth name. So candra-kāntir and mādhava-saṅginī will be discussed today. The fifth name Ragunatha Dasa Goswami is giving to Radharani is candra-kāntir. Why? Because Radharani has the effulgence of the full moon. Radharani's effulgence is like the moon. Because the vision of Sri Radhika makes Krishna's mind very cool, cools down his whole existence, his whole mind, his senses. At the time of the heat of the summer, like in the night, you can see the full moon, and the full moon is bestowing coolness. When Madhava becomes in separation from Radharani, like full of the fire of separation, he is burning in the separation. Remembering Srimati Radhika, seeing her effulgence, her cooling, she's cooling like a moon. This cools down Krishna's whole existence, his mood, his mind, everything. Krishna is like a chakor bird who is drinking only the rays of the moon. Radharani's Kanti, her effulgence, is like a moon, and Krishna is like a chakor bird who is drinking this the rays of this moon. Therefore, here the name candra-kāntir is given by Ragunatha Dasa Goswami. Getting darshan of Srimati Radhika's effulgent personality, all the heat of this material world becomes cooled down. The mind is attracted and not anymore going towards material enjoyment. The darshan of Srimati Radhika bestows so much bliss. Who is not experiencing great bliss beholding the beautiful form of Srimati Radhika? Getting the darshan of Srimati Radhika, the Jiva, the living entity, becomes very grateful. With great faith, the devotees, they go to Vashana and take darshan there of Radharani. At the time of Holi and Radhastami, these 2 times there, Vāsana is full of devotees. But the whole year, the devotees are visiting Vāsana and getting darshan of Ladli, getting darshan of Radha and Krishna in the Sri Mandir. Ragunatha Dasa Goswami is saying the Jeev, living entity, cannot take directly darshan, but the Vigraha is also bestowing so much bliss. So the Jiva experiences this Paramananda Ras, and the heat of this material samsara is getting cooled down. So the whole burning fire of material existence becomes cooled down, and the Jiva becomes full of great bliss inside, getting darshan of Radharani. The commentary says here, without sadhana even, getting darshan of Radharani, when the prem is rising in one's heart. There was one incident, one Yavana, one Muslim, he was very expert in singing, and he was singing outside the Sri Mandir and was singing and playing on one music instrument. One sees also nowadays, in front of Radharaman, sometimes there are music personalities who are playing on different music instruments and singing. So this Muslim, he went every day, sitting at the doorstep of Sri Mandir and was singing. He had a daughter. Her name was Radha. He had so much mamata for Srimati Radhika, so he gave the name Radha to his daughter. So many Yavanas, many Muslims and lower caste people, they became devotees by the mercy of Krishna. So then this girl, the daughter of this Muslim, became ready to get married. So then he had the duty to give her in marriage. But he somehow didn't want to give her in marriage. So he was chanting Radha Radha the whole night. And then while chanting the name Radha, he gave up his body, he's saying, and he attained his eternal service. So he had left his body, but from his heart he was a very param bhakta, great devotee. So Radharani sees all with the same vision. She's not distinguishing between different castes or. He was a recipient of Radharani's mercy, And he became the Saki of Radharani. He became famous under the name Gulab Saki. How do we know that he became like a Saki of Radharani? At that time, Narayan Bhatta Goswami coming from the Gadadhar Pandit family. So he was establishing the Murti of Radharani in Varshana. He has written many scriptures. So this Goswami then saw that this, like Muslim, he was not singing daily anymore because he had like given up his body. Then one morning, he saw at the entrance of he heard the sarangi. Sorry, the sarangi was the instrument this Muslim was playing. He heard the sarangi music. He thought it sounds exactly like this Muslim has always played the same music as. So he went there. The Goswami went there. And he saw a beautiful girl sitting. And he said, I became like Gulab Saki. I'm serving eternally in divine Vraja, Radha and Krishna. So the Goswami then was convinced that this Muslim had become a Saki of Radharani, and there is also one Samadhi made for this Muslim. So he was continuously serving Radharani while pleasing her while playing beautiful music in front of Sri Mandir. So Radharani was pleased with his service, playing the sarangi every day, singing very nicely. So he attained the highest goal. Radharani bestowed all her mercy upon him. Radharani is very merciful, and she can bestow prem upon all living entities whenever she desires it. Nobody can stop her. And Gaura Hari, Radha and Krishna combined. Gauranga Mahaprabhu's effulgence is also like Chandrama. Getting darshan of Gaura Hari's effulgent, like complexion, getting darshan of his personality, like the whole universe is benefited whoever gets darshan of Gaura Hari. Like he forgets all material bindings. So Radharani's effulgence is like a full moon. So Govinda's heart becomes cooled down while getting darshan of Radharani. Only the darshan of Radharani cools him down fully when he's burning in separation from Srimati Radhika. Radharani is like the Chandrama, the full moon, and Govinda like a chakor bird who is drinking the rays of the moon. So there is also an evidence from the scriptures. The Puranas give also evidence regarding this name candra-kāntir. In Padma Puran it says getting darshan of the beautiful murti of Govinda.
candra-kāntir नाम की एक गंधर्व कन्या थी.
There was a daughter of one Gandharva, and her name was Candra-kāntir. Getting darshan of Gopal, she became so attracted. May I also perform playful pastimes with Govinda. This desire was in the heart of this daughter of a Gandharva. It's according to Purana, Padma Purana.
इसलिए कुछ लोग कह देते हैं वो चंद्रकांति के अवतार आता है, जैसे धराद्रोण के अवतार नंद यशोदा बता देते हैं.
Dharadron avatar is Nanda and Yashoda, but they are answers. Here in the same way, this daughter of the Gandharva is her name is Candra-kāntir, and she met Radharani. She met Radharani, like merged into Radharani as an answer, and then performed Ras Bihar with Govinda, like dancing and singing. So this is here from Padma Puran. This girl, Candra-kāntir, had the great desire to associate with Govinda. So Gandharvas, like heavenly damsels, heavenly inhabitants, they cannot attain Govinda because they are also like created by Brahma. One needs a divine form to associate with Bhagavan. Therefore, she worshipped, Candra-kāntir worshipped Brahma, and she asked the benediction. What do you want? Brahma asked. Candra-kāntir said, I want to serve Govinda, dance with him, sing with him. Then Brahma said, it will be like this. And Brahma became the boon that then Candra-kāntir met, like, or merged into the body of Vrishabhanu-nandini. Like Drone went into Nanda Baba and Dara into Yashoda. In this way, Vrishabhanu-nandini, like Candra-kāntir, merged into Vrishabhanu-nandini. She, Radharani, is the Mool Shakti. And from her many answers, many like answers are coming. So Brahma then said, your desire will become fulfilled. You will merge into like Vrishabhanu-nandini, and then you can experience through this the service to Govinda. Here is a commentary of Jiva Goswami. He is writing, so we want to serve as a dasi. We don't want to merge into Radharani. It is ahanga upasana, like it is not the right way of worship. It's a mistake here, because raga nuga bhajan. Through raga nuga bhajan we can attain like Govinda, Gopi anugatya vina. Without the association of gopis and the anugatya of gopis, we cannot attain Govinda. So how can we reconcile this here?
इसके उत्तर में सभी प्रकार समस्या संशय असमाधान तो जी गोस्वामी
So Jiva Goswami always he reconciles everything. He's writing
कि नित्य तन महाशक्ति रूपतया प्रसिद्धाया श्री राधाया विभूति रूपा बाला शक्ति मंतव्या किंतु स्वयं से राधिका तो तस्या फलावस्थायां तम सखिं विधाय तस्या साधन सिद्धिगतम सर्वं कृपया आत्मन एव मेने इत्येव अभेदन निर्देशे कारणम ज्ञेयम्। यह दुर्गम संगमनि टीका किसकी टीका? भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु।
is a commentary from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu.
तीसरी लहरी के 14वां श्लोक। तो टूका में लिखा जी गोस्वामी पाद ने कि चंद्रकांति वास्तव में कोई जीव नहीं।
Candra-kāntir, actually, Jiva Goswami writes, is not a jiva.
उपवरण गंधर्व के रूप में तो वास्तव में नारद जी कोई जीव नहीं है, वो अवतार है। उसी प्रकार
Candra-kāntir here is not actually a daughter of a Gandharva.
तो ये चंद्रकांति है, बाल अवस्था में ही कृष्ण के प्रति आसक्त थी।
She had since childhood great attachment to Govinda. And it's not an ordinary jeev. Since time immemorial, she is the vibhuti, like a kind of Shakti of Radharani. So if it would be like this, that any jiva can merge into Radharani, the Siddhanta would be not paka, would be not correct.
तुम मेरी सखी बन जाओगी। फिर उसने साधना भी की, तो साधनगत और सिद्धिगत जो सफल कार्य है उसके द्वारा ये संभव हुआ है।
So through sadhana, she became then perfected, this Candra-kāntir.
जब साधना करके साधना पूर्ण हुई,
her sadhana became perfected. Like a seed is gradually sprouting, growing, getting leaves and flowers, and then fruits are coming, a tree is manifested through. And then Radharani said, Candra-kāntir, you become my Sakhi. When she was perfected, to the mercy of Radharani, she attained perfection, and Radharani gave her a Sakhi form, Sakhi, position of a Sakhi. So everything is possible by the mercy of Bhagavan, of Radha and Krishna. Without the mercy of Bhagavan, we cannot do satsang, dharmvas, puja. Any limbs of bhakti cannot be performed without the mercy of Radha and Krishna. Bhagavan gives like the possibility and the capacity to do sadhana, and also leads us to perfection. But it seems like I have performed sadhana and I have attained that goal. But Jiva Goswami is saying, all sadhakas can only perform sadhana by the mercy of Bhagavan. It seems like we endeavor and we attain something, but actually to perform sadhana is only possible by the mercy of Bhagavan, by the mercy of Radharani. So this it's impossible to become Radharani, to merge in her. Like this Candra-kāntir was, like he's again saying, a special case. She was not a jiva, ordinary jiva. Radharani has accepted her as a Sakhi. Radharani can do anything. She has so much capacity and Shakti. She is so full of karuna and so full of mercy. Her body, it's described, it is made out of mercy. Radhabhav Gaura Hari, we see like this is evidence how his body is actually melting in the form of a tortoise, or he is like his limbs are extending very long. So this Karunamaya Radharani can also do everything she desires.
इसीलिए भक्ति शास्त्र में चंद्रकांति के साथ राधा रानी का भेद निर्देश किया गया है।
Therefore, in the scriptures,
कारण ही राधा रानी का दूसरा नाम पड़ गया चंद्रकांति। वास्तव में है राधा रानी की विभूति।
like it's described that she is a vibhuti, a Sakhi of Radharani, and not like she became once with Radharani, she merged into her. This is not accepted. So then here another, the sixth name. No, he's speaking still about this name, candra-kāntir. Radharani is not an ordinary, compared to an ordinary moon. She's compared to millions of full moons. This full moon here in this material world manifested to churning the ocean. But Radharani is compared to the transcendental moon. She's giving so much bliss to Govinda. So she makes her name meaningful. The sixth name is mādhava-saṅginī.
जहाँ भी जाइए सब राधा कृष्ण ही तो है युगल रूप सर्वत्र राधा कृष्ण उपास्य कहीं तो चंद्रावली कृष्ण की उपासना नहीं होती या अन्य सखी कृष्ण तो राधा रानी मात्र माधव संगीनी है।
So Radharani
अभिन्न रूप है
is only associating with Madhav. Saṅginī means like associating. Radha and Madhav, they are eternally together.
ऐसी अवधारणा आज भी है हमारे आचार्यों के जमाने उस समय भी था विशेषकर किसी संप्रदाय वाले ने विरोध किया इसी कृष्ण की रुक्मिणी है शास्त्र कहता है।
So we know that the Sri Sampradaya, they said Radharani cannot stand next to Govinda. Rukmini must stand next to Krishna. Sita and Ram and Govinda, Rukmini must be worshipped. Radharani and Govinda cannot be worshipped. And we know in Jaipur, this Leela happened that Baladev Vidyabhūshana Prabhu, he went there to reconcile this whole Siddhanta. Jiva Goswami, he collected all the Siddhanta. That it is fully correct that Radha and Krishna are worshipped. She made Radharani pramanit, like Jiva Goswami established her supremacy. So Radha Damodar, Jiva Goswami started the worship here of Radha and Krishna. In other temples, first only Krishna was worshipped, and then the Murti came later. But Jiva Goswami, he established in Radha Damodar the worship of Radha and Krishna. Sometimes even nowadays, people say that why Krishna is not worshipped with Rukmini. In Maharashtra and Gujarat, still this Rukmini Krishna Puja is still performed. But Jiva Goswami has given so much evidence that Radha and Madhava are abhinna, not different from each other. This abhinnata, this being non-different, this cannot be attained with Rukmini and Krishna. Dvaraganath is not called Swayam Bhagavan. Bhajendanandan, who is Radha Ramana, he is different from Rukmini Ramana, like he is Purnatar in Mathura and Purnatam in Vrindavan. So all Siddhanta was given by our Goswamis. Purnatam. This is his form in Vrindavan. Purnatam Aishvarya and Purnatam Madhurya. In Mathura and Dwaraka he is not fully complete. In Vrindavan he killed these demons without any weapons. Apurnatam. Without any weapons he killed these demons in Vrindavan. He used his weapons in like Dwaraka. Radha is the Atma of Krishna. Both are non-different from each other. Jiva Goswami gives the evidence. Radha and Madhav are non-different from each other. Radha is Madhav and Madhav is Radha. In commentaries of Satsandarbha, he also gives much evidence. Radha and Krishna are not different from each other, and he gave a material example. From Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is saying, Radha and Krishna are non-different from each other. How? To understand this, like Megamat Kasturi and the scent, like the fragrance of Kasturi are non-different from each other. You cannot like remove the fragrance from the substance. So Krishna and Radha cannot be separated from each other. Or Agni, fire, and the sparks of the fire. These two examples are given to make it clear. The fragrance of this Kasturi and fragrance itself cannot be separated, and Agni, fire, and the sparks of the fire cannot be separated from each other. In this way, Radha and Krishna are also only one Atma. They are one Svarup. But for Leela Ras, to relish Leela Ras, they have separated in two forms. They are Ek Atma, but like manifested in two personalities, like one stem and two lotus flowers. Therefore, Radharani's name is mādhava-saṅginī. No other gopi receives this name, mādhava-saṅginī. Always she is together with Govinda. We see Radharaman is alone, but within Krishna, Radharani is present. Radharaman means in the heart of Radharaman, Radharani is present. So with one form we can get darshan of two like forms. With the form of Radha in Krishna, we're getting darshan of one form. Radha Vallabhji is one form also. There is no other Vigraha of Radharani. Bihariji and Radharamanji. There is no like second form of Radharani next to Govinda. They have only like this umbrella, they like the indication, the sari of Radharani. And all these temples also consider Thakurji as Radha and Krishna combined. So Radharani is in these Thakurjis, present within their hearts. So she is in this way doing Nitya Saṅginī, eternally she is associating with Krishna. When Krishna is going for cow herding, when he is in his house or when he is with his parents, always Radharani is with him. Therefore, Saṅginī, mādhava-saṅginī, this name becomes meaningful. Sringaras Murti, he is the personification of Sringaras or Govinda. And who fulfills all his desires? This is Radharani. So Sakhis, they are also expanding this sweetness of the Leelas.
राधा माधव की मिलन लीला रस पुष्टि के लिए अन्यान्य गोपियों का भी प्रयोजन होता है.
So many gopis are also needed to expand the sweetness of these leelas. So Radharani manifests from her own body millions of Sakhis and gopis, manjaris. So from her own body, all these gopis are expanding. Like Saubhari Rishi, we know he performed tapasya in Vrindavan. He expanded also into 50 forms. This is very famous, that is well known, that he expanded into 50 forms. The yogis can do this. This happened like 150 years ago. So even just recently there was also one yogi. And there was one person, he came from the West. He met this yogi. So he spoke to this yogi and he explained his situation because his wife was very sick. She was very sad. So this yogi then went in with mystical perfection to England and spoke with the wife who was in the hospital, with this man who was sitting in front of him somehow or other. The woman became healthy again. And then when later the man showed a picture of this yogi to her, she said, "Oh, this personality came to me and he helped me like." So in other words, this yogi, he has expanded in another form. So he makes the point here that it is possible through yogic siddhis to expand in different forms. So yogis can do this. It's a mystic perfection. Through yogi siddhi, this can be attained. So Radharani here, she's not expanding into 2, 5 or 100 gopis, no, in millions of gopis. Yogis cannot expand in more than 50, but Radharani can expand into millions and billions of gopis. Naradi also, Krishna expands in different forms. Narad, he went to Dwaraka. He was astonished to see He see different Thakurjis in different houses doing different activities. Narada became astonished. 16,108 forms Krishna has expanded in, and he's performed different leelas in different houses. So Narada Muni, he was astonished because he knew that yogis cannot expand in more than 50 forms. And the activities a yogi can perform in these 50 forms, it is one and the same activity, but Krishna now here is expanding in so many forms and performing different activities. In one house he's performing, playing dice with Satyabhama, and then in another house with Rukmini he is laughing and enjoying some pastimes. In another house he's performing puja. In another house he is reading scriptures. In another house he is giving instructions according, like he's giving instructions from the Shastras to his children. Like in this way, Narada Muni became so astonished. What can Bhagavan not do? Mahayogeshwareshwara, this is a name given to Govinda. And Navayogeshwar. This name is given to Shiv. Maha is Shivji is Mahayogeshwar, but Thakurji is Mahayogeshwareshwara, because he can expand in so many different forms. Mahayogeshwareshwara. And Radharani is Mahayogeshwareshwari. She can expand in 100 crores of gopis. So Radharani is the life of Krishna. But still these millions of gopis, they cannot give that happiness to Govinda which Radharani is able to give. They expand and nourish the leelas, and they like expand the sweetness, and they make that leelas can happen. But still Govinda is not fully satisfied with even these millions of gopis. Fully. So the gopis are needed to expand the rasa. He's giving the example. So the mool, if you take bhojan, rice and puri is the main thing, the main essence of the food, like rice and puri. And then there is raita and sweets and karela and different other items which are needed. In this way, so many gopis, they are needed to expand the rasa. But without Radharani, Govinda is not experiencing the topmost happiness. She is Nitya Saṅginī. Therefore, another name of Radharani is mādhava-saṅginī. Radharani has so much Ashakti attachment to Govinda. Govinda has also so much Ashakti to Radharani that he cannot live without her. In Vidakta Madhav Natak it's described that Purnamasi is saying to Radharani, "Hey Radhe, You are.
और श्री कृष्ण कमला वांछित चरण है, मतलब ये राधे तुम तो एक सामान्य गोप कन्या, गोप बाला हो, गोपी.
You are a gopi. You have taken birth in the caste of gopis. But Govinda is Bhagavan. He is worshipped by Lakshmi. Lakshmi is performing puja to his lotus feet. That personality, Sri Krishna, Hey Radhe, why are you so intensely endeavoring to attain him? Why are you so much intensely desiring to meet him? Is it possible for somebody to touch the moon with one's hand, the full moon with one's hand? People say that person is mad who tries this, who tries to catch the moon with his own hand. In this way you are not able to attain Krishna, Radhe. He is not an ordinary like man, he is Swayam Bhagavan. Therefore the attachment for Bhagavan, give up. Give up this deep desire to attain him. Purnamasi is telling this to Radharani to examine Radharani's prem. What will Radharani say? Radharani is answering. Radharani, she's answering, Hey Devi. You are saying I should give up the Ashakti, like my attachment to Krishna. But hey Devi, so all have so much faith in Purnamasi because she is a yogini, a perfected tapasvi. So Radharani says to Purnamasi, Hey Devi, you give me your blessings. I agree in this lifetime I will not be able to attain Krishna. I will try to give up my attachment. But you give me your blessings. Which blessings? Give me the blessings that when I give up my body, at that time, I desire a new birth. Which birth you desire? Krishna is wearing a mala, a flower mala, a vana mala around his neck. I want to become a bumblebee. Who is attracted to this vana mala? Give me the birth as a bumblebee. If you give me blessings, you are a perfected yogini. If you give me this blessing, I will definitely become a bumblebee. Give me birth in the species of bumblebees. Radharani says, but don't delay. I give up my body if I give up my body in front of you now, immediately. श्री कृष्ण की सुंदर जो वनमाला है, जिस वनमाला में उनके मुखारविंद की सुगंध है, वनमाला में पांच आते हैं ना, उसकी सुगंध वनमाला में आ जाती है। ऐसी जो सुंदर वनमाला। So I want to become a bumblebee and smell the fragrance of this wonderful vanamala, which is around Krishna's neck. Purnamasi is astonished. Which moods are in your heart? Nandimukhi The niece of Purnamasi, Madhumangal, his nephew, and the niece is Nandimukhi. So Nandimukhi, Purnamasi says to Nandimukhi, see Nandimukhi, hey Nandimukhi, this is very astonishing. Yogis, they take away their mind from material attachment through sadhana. So the eyes are always attracted to beautiful things in this material world. We want to see beautiful things. We want to taste nice things. So all these senses are very restless. Roop. We want to see beautiful form, hear beautiful things, smell fragrant, beautiful things, beautiful fragrances. Tongue wants to taste rasa. The hand wants to touch beautiful soft things. So in this world, the senses are very attracted to this material world. We see nowadays many are continuously running around with like earplugs, and they hear music. So it's very difficult to take away the senses from this material attachment, from this sense enjoyment. And the yogis, with great force, they take away the senses from this external world, and through sadhana, they focus their mind on Bhagavan. But here, see, this girl, Radha, she wants to remove Krishna from her mind. How is this possible? She is very special. Yogis are very eager to focus their mind on Bhagavan. They are very eager for only 1 second of darshan. But Radha, she wants to take Krishna out of her heart and throw him out. She wants to get rid of the attachment of Bhagavan, Shri Krishna. Radharani is saying, hey Sakhi. Radharani says to one Sakhi, what shall I do? I want to get Krishna out of my heart, but I cannot get rid of him. I want to take him out of my heart, but he is sitting within my heart and he does not want to leave my heart. So Thakur, he is residing within the heart of Radharani. He does not want to leave her heart. So Purnamasi says to Nanimukhi, see the mood of Radharani. Radharani has so much attachment to Krishna. Her mind never goes to anything external, to the outward, to any enjoyment. Purnamasi says, it is impossible to separate Radha and Krishna. Radha is Krishna and Krishna is Radha. Therefore, another name of Radharani is mādhava-saṅginī. So this name is here proved by Purnamasi.
108 नामों में 6 नामों का आस्वादन, इसका अर्थ व्याख्या हुई। अगली व्याख्या श्री राधा रैना।
So then we hear verse 4 tomorrow.
आज ही पे कथा का विश्राम होता है। बोली श्री राधा नैनानंद जी महाराज की, भगवान बोल राधा रानी की जय। सुरमा कुंज की